Hey, what's happening? Andy here with the Sports Card Life. Thanks for joining me. Today, I have a totally random 11-pack break from the Junk Wax era. Stay tuned because I actually pull a really rare hit that I completely forgot was even possible from these packs. Okay guys, I got a early 90s, late 80s, early 90s Junk Wax era pack break for you guys. I opened a ton of this stuff back when it was first out. I was really into collecting, buying, selling, trading, and dealing. I used to set up the tables at all the shows back in the late 80s and early 90s as a young teenager. And so this is going to bring back a lot of nostalgia, a lot of memories of ripping open this stuff. So I'm going to dig right into it. I'll go into the, let's do the baseball first. We'll start with 87. This year, ton of great rookies. You had Mark McGwire. Well, he had an 85 Topps Olympic card, but you had Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Mike Greenwell, Will Clark. Can't remember all the rest of them off the top of my head, but there was a bunch. It was a great set, actually. Slightly overproduced. Not gonna eat the gum. Don't recommend that. Let's see who we got. Bobby Bonilla. I think that's either his first, either rookie or second year. I think it might be his rookie. I think he had a Topps trade at 86. Could be wrong on that one though. Been a while since how old are these ones now? Yeah, 30, 33, 34 years old. Who we have? Jim Rice All-Star, Dennis Eckersley, Chris Bosio, Billy Hatcher, Kurt Wilkerson. This pack in particular, I still got a bunch left from a half a box from 87 Topps. My dad and I, when we sold these cards back in the late 80s, we had ordered this box of cards from the States, and this is some of the few packs left. Tony Phillips, Greg Matthews, Mariano Duncan, Jim Sundberg, Brian Clutterbuck, Bob Brenly, and that was definitely not a fantastic pack. Bobby Vanilla, I think is pronounced, being the best one out of that one. 1990 baseball. Whenever I get a stack of junk wax like this, I'm thinking, you know, it'd be pretty cool to pull the best card from the set out of each pack. I guess there's a real slim chance, but I don't think there's any huge hits in any of this stuff. It's more fun than anything else, trying to, you know, just remembering back to childhood. This flare, so the 87 Topps opened a ton of it. The 80 or 90 flare rather, I opened probably even more of this. So this would have been the peak of the 1989, 1990, I guess would be maybe the peak of the first boom. Anyone, you know, in the hobby now sees how crazy it's gotten in the last 2 years. It'd be cool to do a comparison, like to mainstream and how popular. I know prices now have soared like mad over the last couple of years, but if you lived through that first boom, oh, it was the first boom, but the boom of the late 80s, early 90s, it was something pretty spectacular. Charlie Hayes, Dennis Cook, I guess Sammy Sosa would be one of the better rookies of that one. That was not a fantastic year. 91, what do we have in 91 Donruss? I remember opening a ton of 89 Donruss with the Ken Griffey and rookie, as well as the Gary Sheffield would have been a big hit back in the day. And then I think was there 2 series of the 91? Probably was. 91 is as I was drifting away from the cards for a bit. Scott Fletcher, Dave Smith, a rated rookie, Mark Lewis, Jeff Russell. Was there, or was it the other series? There was a Juan Gonzalez, I think, might have been the year before, with the reverse negative. Dante Bichette, and puzzle piece there. No huge hits out of those two, or no hits at all. 91 O-Pee-Chee Premier baseball. I guess one of the first, along with the upper deck, getting away from the wax type packs. Made them essentially tamper proof, I guess. Who would have been the big hits in this one? I don't know if there's, or who would have been the big rookies. I guess there was a lot of great rookies, whether they're not hits or not. No, the Ken Griffey would be a third year by this point. Ron Gant. Corey Snyder. The O-Pee-Chee Premier. I guess that's a nice Tony Gwynn. Nice bit rarer than the Topps counterpart just printed in Canada. So some of these O-Pee-Chee, which never used to hold similar value back in the late 80s, early 90s, and even for a lot of years following that, now because they are like in graded Gem Mint 10 condition, they're so much rarer that like those 80s O-Pee-Chee rookies of Mattingly and Gwynn and Boggs, for example, I think they definitely hold some value today, that's for sure. 91 Topps baseball. It's a Chipper Jones rookie year. Didn't open as much of this. 89-90 would probably be the biggest 2 years, but I still was somewhat in the hobby and opened quite a bit of it. Oh, what do we have? Was that common? Or was that how is that even possible? 91 Topps. Did they do that? Throwback years? Have an 86 Topps? That's not like that's an 86 Topps card.
All right, I'm just going to pause the video right there. You can tell that I'm totally confused by this 1986 Topps card. I'm trying to make heads or tails of it and figure out what's going on here. And yes, Topps did in fact insert this card into the 1991 packs. After a quick check, when I finished filming the video, my recollection on this all came back to me. This was the 40th anniversary of Topps, and to celebrate, they had some sweepstakes prizes, an instant win with vintage Topps cards that they were giving away. So after looking more closely at the pack and at the box of this, and then also checking it out online, my memory on this all came back. And I'm up in Canada as well, so the O-Pee-Chee Topps that we had in corner stores had completely different prizes than this. Okay, let's jump back into the video.
And I don't think anyone's tampering with 90. This came out of a box that I've had in the collection for years, so it wouldn't be a recent. Am I missing something? You guys let me know. I mean, I don't think anyone's pack searching. How much effort is it to pack search 91 Topps baseball? Just the the values there. What are you going to get out of it, and then to reseal it? That's an awful lot of work. So that's real strange. Let's see what we got. Randy Bears, Rick Mahler, Carlton Fisk All-Star. That one had a piece of gum next to it over the years. Here's what I'm wondering about. It's an 86 Topps. And maybe they did randomly insert ones back. I don't think they did. It is absolutely an 86. Could that have slipped out of the factory and been a real strange occurrence? Or maybe it's nothing at all. If it is a strange, I haven't seen it before anyway, or I can't remember pulling those out of the packs.
Okay, I'm just going to call timeout right there again for a second. It's no wonder I can't remember pulling any of those from the packs back in 1991. Based on the chatter online, a lot of other people can't remember pulling those cards either. That's because it was an extremely hard pull. To the best of my knowledge, the prizes for the sweepstakes were full sets. 1 grand prize of a full print run from 1952 to 1989, all the sets, and 40 other prizes of the individual sets. And then you have the instant win vintage Topps cards, the ones that were randomly inserted into each of these packs. And for those, you had 1 copy and 1 copy only of each card produced from 1952 right up until 1989 that were randomly inserted into the packs. If you average 700 cards per set, it was less in the 50s, and then more in the 80s. From 82 to 89, you had 792, and it gradually increased throughout the years. But if you average 700, that's 28,000 cards in total randomly inserted into all the boxes, all the cases. And that's not a whole lot when you consider how big the print run probably was. If there was 28,000 cases in total printed, you're looking at 1 hit per case. Could be anywhere from a common to a star, any card anywhere in those years in between. And it's probably a whole lot more than that. There was probably 28,000 cases in Canada alone. There may have been 280,000 cases, making it a 1 per 10 case. I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys have any more official information as to what those print runs were. I'd be curious to know. As it turned out, it was the 1986 Topps Dave Rozema, number 739, was the lucky hit that I pulled. And the more I thought about it throughout the day and the afternoon, I could have just as easily hit that 1952 mantle as I did this Dave Rozema, or any other card in between. How much my afternoon would have changed pulling that Hank Aaron rookie, or Roberto Clemente, or Nolan Ryan rookie, just to name a few. But that's just fun to think about. It was still actually pretty neat to pull this card out and then realize afterwards how rare of a hit it actually was. Alright, let's jump back.
Todd Stottlemyre, Bobby Cox. Who else we got here? Not a John Smiley. Not a lot of Hall of Famers there, I don't think. What's going on with that one? You let me know if you're aware of it. Let's hit the hockey next. We'll save that basketball pack for last. So this is the Premier Edition of Upper Deck Hockey. Came out the year after the Upper Deck Baseball, and there's a ton of awesome rookies in this set. It's a really cool set of cards, actually. Not a lot of value, like a lot of that early 90s stuff. Most of it was just so mass-produced. And you know what? The boom, you know, the cards that were 20, 30 years old in 1990 had some value in the hobby of the day. Not like current market values, but they definitely had value. So a lot of people got into the hobby thinking, oh, I'll just buy a lot of this 90s stuff, put it away for 30 years, and that'll be valuable too. But it's supply and demand, and there was just so much, hence the junk wax era terminology. But as far as set collectors go, this was an awesome set and had a lot of, it was just wicked year for rookies anyway. Let's see what we got here. Gareth Butcher, Mike Ridley, Kelly Miller, not sure of pronunciation, Darren Turcotte, pretty cool, Brian Hayward, some of the artist sketch team checklists, Rod Langway, massively underappreciated, maybe undervalued card of the hobby, exceptional player, Hall of Famer, Steve Smith, Gary Galley, and Keith Primo, one of those rookies. Decent career, not quite as stellar as some of the other rookies of the day, but yeah, solid NHL career. 90 score. This one, not sure if it's Canadian or American. What am I looking at? Maybe the... But yeah, this is the one set issue of 1990 that did have the Martin Brodeur rookie. So that's what I'm looking for here out of this pack, is that or the Jagger. And super mass produced, but if it's ultra pristine, then, you know, and you got to go through that with a fine, it is the Canadian. You can see the red as opposed to the blue. If it is pristine shape, then it might be worth grading. We also had the Eric Lindros rookie was part of this set too. Brian Bellows, don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Could make an argument. And there it is. There's the Eric Lindros. Nice. Again, any of them right out of the pack. You know, you got a shot. It looks good. Looks like a little ding in the bottom corner there, which totally can make the difference in it. Is it worth? And you got to really be particular if you are going to send in this year for grading. A lot of people. Oh, there's a Gretzky, Curry, and a Gretzky. There's definitely Gretzky collectors at PC. Wouldn't be one of the big Gretzky cards now, but any Gretzky cards, nice card. Bob Probert, one of the all-time NHL tough guys. Adam Graves, Tim Kerr, another underrated guy. Career cut short, I think. I'm not sure of injuries and whatnot, but he had a couple 58 goal back-to-back seasons, I believe. Cool, got the Eric Lindros. Nice. Now, Pro Set 90. So this is first year Series 2, pretty sure. Not sure if this head was littered with errors. There was some cool errors. I don't think you can get the hologram Stanley Cup in, it was just Series 1, pretty sure, which is the big hit. And most of the error cards, like the Paul Gillies, Brad McCrimmon, would be Series 1, but I'm not exactly sure. Let's take a look. Michel Goulet, fantastic player. Hall of Famer there. Oilers team card. Canucks team card. John Kordick. He had many a scrap with Bob Probert that we pulled out of the last pack. Yeah, this Pro Set this year, they put all the officials in. Nice of them to acknowledge that, but this was a massive set with all kinds of not only coaches but leaders and whatnot. Ed Belfour rookie, nice card, and 2 of the hottest discount Pro Set coupons. Yeah, some of those Pro Set errors, a lot of them were, you know, maybe the upside down, front and back. Some of the cards, there's a couple actually had a little Stanley Cup hologram, not hologram, but a Stanley Cup image, which was really strange. I'm not sure how that would have appeared there. You know, a lot of those errors, it was just, so many was the quality control, but it was also becoming a big thing that maybe it was made for a hotter product to chase some of those errors too, so who knows. What do we got here? 92-93 O-Pee-Chee hockey. And this, what do we got on front there? Looks like one of the anniversary cards I wasn't collecting at this point. Got away from it for a few years. You got Scott Stevens, yeah, that's the anniversary series Stevens. Ray Bork, 1,000-point Ray Bork card. Daryl Sittler, also an anniversary card there. Dave Williams, Doug Lister, Brian Bellows, Bill Guerin. Is that Bill Guerin rookie? Might be. Cool, have to check it out. And 93-94 Flair. I have no idea about this stuff. It looks like, what's that? Is a limited edition subset of Adam Oates. 14 cards in the pack. I never busted open any of this back in the day. This probably might be the very first pack of 93-94 Flair that I've ever opened. So I'm not sure who would have been the big rookies that year. And with that gloss, some of them stick together. Nice Jagger. Cool quality on the cards except for the sticking together part. Gary Roberts. Chris Lindbergh. Probably like this. Not sure of the pronunciation. Patrice Breeze, not sure there. Dino Cizzarelli. 600 goal scorer in his career. Dave Elliott. Daryl Sador. Kevin Stevens. Chris Terry. And Felix Potvin. And a Claude Lemieux. So far, the Eric Lindros, I think, is a couple other nice cards. You're not breaking any banks to pick up all these packs anyway. Let's see what we get in the basketball. A Jordan, regular issue Jordan would make up for all of it, and I'm not sure on this. I'm way more into hockey and was more into the baseball back in the day. Not so much the basketball. Picked up a bit of it, collected a little bit of it. So I have opened these packs before. Not sure who I'm looking for though. Got some of the throwback cards. Rookie card there. I believe it might actually be a solid player. His potential Hall of Famer. I don't know. The name rings a bell, so might be a star there. Rookie card. Again, massive overproduction on this stuff too, so none of it's crazy, but pretty cool. Kevin Johnson. Dennis Scott, lottery pick. Another rookie there. Scott Brooks. Dana Barros, another rookie there. Michael Cage. Sidney Green. Didn't hit Jordan.
And that's it for today, folks. I hope you did enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and click on the bell notifications so you catch all the upcoming videos. I really appreciate you guys doing so.